Hello, I'm Amy Ventitulo, WCTV. It's primary election night in Washoe County, and you have come to the right place. We are going to be streaming live all night long. We're putting you in the middle of the action, so you can stay with us right here. We're going to be showing you results as they're coming in to Election Central from all over the Washoe County polling locations. Plus, we're going to be bringing you interviews, videos, and more. You're not going to want to miss a minute. We're the Washoe County YouTube channel, and you can check us out on Charter Channel 193. Plus, if you want election results as they're coming in, don't forget our website, washowcounty.us. So the polls are closed. What happens now? Have you ever wondered what happens to the results once the polls are closed? Well, we're going to show you in this exclusive video. And stay with us. Right after that, we're going to be bringing an update from our Washoe County Registrar of Voters, Deanna Spicula. Don't go anywhere. I'm Amy Ventitulo with WCTV, and primary election night is what's happening in Washoe County.
The polls are closed. Now what? For the Washoe County primary election, we have 79 polling locations that will need to close, and the result USB drives brought to the Registrar of Voters office for tally. Where do they all go? Votes from all over the county are brought into the Registrar's office at the county complex throughout the night to be processed and tallied. How are they counted? Results are counted by uploading the result USB flash drives and processed by staff in increments throughout the evening as polling locations report in. They are counted until 100% of the early voting, election day, and absentee ballot results are in. These unofficial results will be posted on the front page of our website and our social media channels. All results on primary election day are considered unofficial. The Registrar of Voters office does not and cannot call an election. The Secretary of State must first ensure all polling locations have been opened and closed and verify the unofficial election results. The verification of the unofficial results will then go before the Washoe County Commissioners at the following Board of County Commissioners meeting for the declaration of canvass of the vote for the 2018 primary elections, then making the results final and official. Remember, you can always check the Washoe County website for up-to-date unofficial election results throughout the evening.
I'm Amy Ventitulo, Washoe County Media Communications Specialist. Thank you all for being with us. We have our Washoe County Registrar of Voters, Deanna Spicula, who's going to provide a few updates for you. Then we're going to do some Q&A, and then at the end of the night, she's going to go live with you again with one last update when we have all the results. And of course, we'll be providing results to you throughout the evening. So without further ado, Deanna Spicula.
All right. Good evening, and we're just happy to announce that all of our polls are closed in Washoe County. Our early turnout numbers for this election, we have had 693,340 voters cast a ballot in this election, and that includes 69,340? What did I say? Oh, 690,000. That would be way too much. I'm sorry. 69,340 voters cast a ballot, and that includes early voting, election day, and absentee ballots. We are up almost 15% over 2014 midterm, so we're very happy about that. I don't think everyone was here earlier, but we did discuss the ballot display issues that we encountered earlier in the day today. We just wanted to let everyone know again that we received these notices. We investigated these isolated incidences, and with our new voting equipment, we went ahead and took immediate action. We reset the machines, or we took them out of service if we thought there was any issues. In each instance, the voters were assisted and were successfully able to cast their ballot today. We encourage voters to always contact their poll worker if they encounter problems, and it appears that most of them out there listened and were able to work with the poll worker to get their ballots cast this evening, or throughout the day, I should say. Let's see, again, all of our voters successfully cast their ballots, and the feedback from the voters overall has been very positive, and our poll workers also have given us that feedback that they're mostly positive words out there for the new voting equipment and the new voter kiosks for processing at the intake station. So again, the only last thing I have is at this time, it is expected that none of the issues that we encountered today will anticipate, or we don't anticipate that to affect any of the tabulation this evening. So, any questions?
Is that the most ever for a primary in Washoe County?
I don't know if it's the most ever, but it's the most we've had since 2014. So yeah, that includes the 2016 primary. That's
Those
good.
scattered instances that you mentioned, you can't know how many people just simply saw the names that were there in front of them and didn't go up to a poll worker and say, hey, wait a minute, I expected to vote for candidate X, I don't see their name.
Sure, I can't know that, no.
You can't know that, so.
No.
So how can you say that it didn't affect, you don't expect it to affect any of the outcomes? I mean, in a close race, it could have.
I didn't say it wouldn't affect outcomes. I said it wouldn't affect tabulation.
Okay.
So, yeah, it won't affect
But,
our
I mean,
tabulation of the votes tonight.
I mean, you're asking a voter to, faced with a brand new machine,
Sure.
to trust what's in front of them, which they've always been able to do, and you're asking them to go up and say, I don't see the name here. If they didn't bring their sample ballot, they may think, well, okay, I thought I was going to vote for candidate X, but name isn't here.
Sure, we have,
I mean, that's a problem.
yeah, we have the new election equipment. Of course, on all sides, we are definitely working through the processes and making sure that our equipment is going to function properly. And again, the voters, we had our poll workers verbally asking people to make sure that they cast their ballot fully and to pay attention to any warnings that come up. Of course, every time that every instance that we're aware of that has come up, a poll worker was asked to assist, and they did provide that assistance, and that voter was able to cast that ballot.
I've seen a letter from John Slaughter saying that this was a statewide problem, that these instances were reported in Clark County and elsewhere.
Yes.
We've called Clark County. We didn't hear any of that. We've called the Secretary of State. They don't say it's a statewide problem. We called Carson City. They didn't have the problem.
Well, Carson City's on a
Lyon
different
County
system.
Lyon County said they'd maybe seen it once, but corrected it and didn't have any more problems. So it does.
I
appear
can't
to have
speak
been
for
a
those other
Washoe County
counties.
problem.
I can't speak for those other counties, but I do know it has occurred.
Well, no, I'm just pointing out that what John Slaughter said is not what we're hearing.
Again, I can't speak for other counties or the Secretary of State's office. I can only speak for our office.
Well, what
So-
would you say to a voter who's now saying, well, I didn't get to vote for the candidate that I wanted to vote for?
What would I say to them? I can't clarify or in any way quantify that statement is correct.
Okay, but you can't say that it's not correct, not incorrect.
No, either way. I mean, we will do, we do post-election audits, so we will see some of this, but you're asking me to verify a hypothetical, and I can't really do that.
It's not hypothetical.
We're gonna move on to see if there's any other questions in the room.
Did you get any other reported instance of this since the last time we heard from you at 3:30? Or was it just the fewer than 10 that you initially reported?
I believe it's still the fewer than 10.
Do we have any estimates on the fled voter issue that you mentioned?
I haven't heard of anything this afternoon either, anything after the early morning. And again, I think it might be attributed to our new equipment, people getting used to the new processes, both on our poll worker side and on our voter side. There is that learning curve, and of course, we again ask our poll workers to be vigilant, and for the voters, we try to give them as clear instructions as we can. And of course, we can always do better, and we will in the future.
Can you assure the voters that come November, they're not going to have to go up and change a font size to see all the selections?
Yeah, we will be working very closely with the Secretary of State's office and our vendor, and we will work vigilantly to ensure that that is rectified.
And I think the question that everybody wanted, that we heard from, answered is, why wasn't this caught beforehand?
The circumstances with which it was initiated did not occur before this type of setting. So early voting has a different setup. They process and open a different way. Our election day workers have a different system or a different way of processing that opening procedures. And so that's where we believe the issue came into play, is in that initiating of the election with the opening of the polls.
So
So-
the early voting was your test on this, and you didn't have any problems?
No.
So you didn't anticipate what happened?
Yes, correct.
Were these incidents at the same location?
No, they were at a few different locations.
If it turns out that we have some very, very close races that could have potentially been impacted by this glitch, is this grounds for a recall election?
I'm not really sure. Again, if somebody wants to challenge or have a recount or a recall, a recount, of course we will facilitate that. Of course, we are wanting to uphold the integrity of our elections as well. So anytime that we can help verify that and basically bring any questions out to the forefront and answer those questions, we will do so. All right, any other questions? Good. All right, thank you. We are demonstrating our new election equipment. We have the ICX Prime voting tablet, and we also have our new electronic poll book. It's a technology now that most people are familiar with.
We're very excited partnering with the state legislature who helped fund a major portion of this. Washoe County funded about half.
It's just a one-stop shop now. The voting experience should be quicker and more efficient and more smooth for our voters.
Our new system really, I think, is going to help instill confidence.
We still have a voter-verified paper audit trail.
Previously, each machine had one electronic backup. These now have 3.
They have no network connectivity, no Wi-Fi. And our tally system is on an isolated server, which is actually located in our office. It's behind a lock cage. Nobody can access it.
So we want them to walk away knowing that they voted, they have voted securely, and that they have a sense that every vote counts.
Hello, I'm Amy Ventitulo, WCTV. We are here on primary election night live, providing you live coverage all night long. Thank you for being with us. And we have a very special guest with us right now, Washoe County Manager John Slaughter. John, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
Appreciate it. So we have had a phenomenal turnout at the polls today. Tell us a little bit about that.
We have. It's been really nice. So our last midterm election primary was in 2014. This year, we're up 15% over that.
Wow.
So turnout's been fantastic.
That is fantastic.
A lot of interest in the races this year.
That is wonderful. And you were also out at several different polling locations today. Tell us a little bit about your experience there.
Yeah, I do. I like to get out on election day, get out to visit the polling places, to thank our polling place workers. One of the things I was hearing from the public is they really love our new machines. They're easy to use. They get in, they use them. It's just been a great day.
That is wonderful. And speaking of thanking poll workers, you do something that's a little bit unique and a little bit different here. Tell us about how you greet our poll workers as they're coming in with the results.
Yeah, so it's a long day for our poll workers. They start at 5:30 in the morning and they go until well past 7 o'clock at night. And when they're bringing the results in, I always like to greet them personally, talk to them a little bit about how their day went, and then we top it off with some cookies that we offer them to kind of end the day. So it's just kind of a tradition now that they ask for it, they expect it to happen, and we make it happen.
That is so awesome. That's great. Again, thanks for being with us live. We're going to come back at you with another live update in about an hour. We'll have videos for you in between, so stay right here, WCTV. I am Amy Ventitulo, and primary election night is what's happening in Washoe County.
We've been extremely pleased with the support from both our state legislatures and all of our officials to make sure that people with disabilities are included in the voting process.
Increased accessibility is one of the things that I'm very, very excited about on these machines.
It is a large tablet. It's a touch screen. It's quick, it's fast. It has so many different options, and you can increase screen size and font size and all sorts of wonderful features.
We really want to make sure that anyone and everyone who desires to vote has the ability to do that.
Everyone's voice counts. We very often don't appreciate that people with disabilities really have great capacity to understand the issues and vote appropriately. And so we really want to make sure that we facilitate that happening. And we're extremely pleased with the county's support to help us do that.
Hello, I'm Amy Ventitulo. We are live on election night here at the Washoe County Complex. We've been streaming live all night long, and we're going to continue to stream live until we have all of the results. I have a very special guest with me right now, our Washoe County Registrar of Voters, Deanna Spicula. Deanna, it's been a busy night. Thank you so much for taking a quick minute to chat with us and share a live update with our viewers.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful to be here.
So we talked about it a little bit, but we had a great turnout today. Thank you all for getting to the polls. Deanna, tell us a little bit about today's turnout.
Yes, we've had a very strong turnout for our primary election. We have had over 69,000 voters cast ballots in this primary, and it's up about 15% over the 2014 election.
That is phenomenal. Wow. So where are we at right now in the process? How many polls are reporting results?
So we've had 59 polling locations report in, and we're still waiting for 20 more.
Wow, so we are close. We are in the home stretch. 59 polling locations reporting. We have 20 left to go. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We're going to be back with another update shortly. I'm Amy Ventitulo, WCTV, and primary election night is what's happening in Washoe County. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for being here. I'm Amy Ventitulo with Washoe County. Once again, we have our Registrar of Voters, Deanna Spicula, here to share an update, and then she'll be able to take your questions right after that.
All right. Right now, we are still waiting for 6 of our polling locations to return and bring their results cartridges in. At the last check, we have over 69,000 voters who have cast ballots in Washoe County today, and that's a 26.9% turnout. We are very pleased with this turnout, and we were very want to express a thank you to our poll workers out there and to all of our voters who helped us launch our new election equipment. Again, very pleased with our turnout and very pleased with how everything went today.
Any other issues reported since the last update?
No, everything's been going just like clockwork. This is a business as usual for us, and again, we're just waiting for our last locations to check in, but everything has been going wonderful this evening for us.
Any reason why a couple of these are taking, it's been over 3 hours since the polls closed, why it's taking so long?
We have our new equipment. It's a new closing process for our poll workers. We do have some locations that are quite a distance away. So, and we had a lot of election voting machines out in the field, so they have to make sure that they properly close all those down, do all their accounting, and are able to close up and make sure that everything is secure before they can report in. So again, this is actually fairly normal for an election. I'm not surprised at all. I expect they'll be in shortly.
Like within the hour before closing?
I would expect, yeah, definitely.
Compared to 2014, would you attribute the uptick in turnout?
Yes, we do have a definitely. It's a over 13% update, or I'm sorry, a 13% increase in turnout. I'm sorry. It's been a very long day, so we're having. All right. Any other? Should I say that again?
Anything you attribute that to?
Again, I think we just we've had a wonderful experience with our new voting equipment, and people have been very involved and very enthusiastic about going out there and trying out the new equipment. We've also been working and doing a lot of outreach and working with community partners. So I believe that some of that efforts have also paid off on a higher turnout for our elections today.
What are some of the lessons learned from this first run with the new machines today?
Sure. There's a lot of things that we've learned. We, of course, hear our feedback from our voters and from our poll workers, and they give us a wonderful feedback. Some of the things that we'll be looking at is some better voter education, some better clearer instructions and clearer prompts on the machines for our voters. We'll also look for some maybe audio and maybe a visual alert for anything if there's an issue at any machine. We know those things can be implemented, and we like to go into that and very much vet that with our vendor, because I think it will be a great assistance in basically mitigating any user errors or any problems that our voters should be having out there. So,
With the glitches that we saw, how are you going to be changing your protocol to make sure that doesn't happen in the general?
yes, we'll be revamping our processes. We're working with our vendor. We're going to be incorporating some more poll worker cards, so we can make sure that they have the tools that they need out there to make sure that they can do the process completely and fully, and so that we're not going to have any issues in the upcoming general election.
You said we might have an update after results are counted on the fled voter issue that you mentioned earlier. Is it too early? Or when would we be able to have an estimate on how many voters that affected?
We actually do a post-election audit, and that it will be completed before the canvass of the votes with the Board of County Commissioners. At that point in time, we will have an idea of if this was an actual a problem that it was just not an isolated. I believe it was fairly isolated, that the issue was not widespread. But of course, we'll have a better look at that, and we'll know more over the next week.
Once all the results are in, I know that it can't be officialized right away. Can you kind of explain that process just for the cameras real quick?
Sure. We do have a period also that we have to wait for our provisional ballots until we can cast those for those voters who did cast a provisional ballot out there in the field. And then we go through the process of bringing the results to the Board of County Commissioners, and we, of course, go through that process, and that will be held on the Board of County Commissioners meeting on June 19th.
And then do you review in that process?
Yes, we do. We have a accuracy certification board who actually participates in doing our audit. They're an independent board, and they actually participate fully with going through that, we call it a post-election audit. So.
How many provisional ballots were there?
I actually don't have that figure right now.
And are those are not counted in the numbers that we get?
No, they're not yet, no. They wouldn't be counted in any of these numbers yet, so.
Are any of the races close enough to where you would?
I actually haven't had a chance. I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to look at them, so.
Once the last location comes in the garage, how long before we get the numbers, final numbers?
I would say about 10 minutes. All they have to do is do their normal check-in, we'll do our tally, and then we can produce that unofficial final result for you.
Any other final message for viewers at home?
No, again, I think I'm very proud of how everything went today. Very pleased with how our poll workers, how they handled our elections out there in the field for us. They are wonderful, and they work so hard. This is such a long day for them, and we really appreciate what they do for us. Again, I think for the most part, our poll workers and our voters expressed to us a very positive feedback on our new equipment. So again, very pleased to move forward. We'll work on correcting any issues that we think need attention, and we're going to work on that very hard between now and the general election, and I believe we'll have a great general election coming up in November. All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Here for the final and unofficial results of primary election night, we have our Washoe County Registrar of Voters, Deanna Spicula.
And yes, I wanted to thank you guys and thank everybody out there who participated in the primary election and went out and voted today. We have our last polling place has reported in, and we have our final unofficial results available on our website. We are looking at a 26.9% turnout for our primary election, which we are very pleased to see.
So it looks like there's a slight drop in the total number of voters from our last update. Went down from 69,340 to 69,260.
Yes, and that was based on my estimates, based on what I'm seeing in our voter turnout. Basically, we have two different systems that we're receiving that information over the course of the election. And so that was my taking those numbers and adding this together. And of course, we do a reconciliation. So when we get our roster binders back from our polling locations, and that's when we actually verify which voters did show up to vote. Again, my numbers are based off of the overall total. We haven't done the reconciliation to see which voters maybe it canceled, somebody decided they didn't want to vote, or any other anomaly that happened out there. And mostly it is just either they activated the wrong person and they had to cancel that out, or something where a voter decided they didn't want to vote and so they backed them out. Again, we will do that reconciliation, so those preliminary numbers were just my estimates. We do have the final results now, which you guys can have it's available on our website. So again, very happy and very, very pleased with the night. Very good participation rate, and just wonderful that our poll workers did such a great job out there, and that our voters did show up to vote for us this election.
Do you have an estimate on the number? I know I asked you like 40 minutes ago, but on the number of provisional ballots, and the only reason I asked is because there's one school board race within 35 votes.
Sure. So those won't be on a provisional ballot. So only federal offices will show up on that provisional ballot. So that a provisional ballot won't affect any of those local races.
Okay, how come?
Because it's only federal, provisional ballots, only federal offices.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you kind of walk us through the process you guys go through now that everything is in, and how you check that and everything?
Sure. So tomorrow we'll start going through our paperwork. We'll go through all of our election return critical supplies. We're looking for our paperwork, provisional ballot information, things like that. We'll start looking through our roster binders, and we'll do reconciliation where we're going to check against our the checked-in labels against our rosters and signatures. And so that's where we start seeing where we might have a turnout number that's not basically 100% correct yet. It will be by our official returns when we do the Board of County Commissioners canvass on next Tuesday.
Okay. And then it gets finalized on...
It'll be the Tuesday, yeah, the 19th. So, Any other questions?
Great.
All right.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.